I do need to get this sorted out. It's just been quietly turning into a pond all on its own. But first, there's a few other jobs I need to do. Quick tidy up, and then we will get on with transplanting those tomatoes. They germinated really, really well. Now I have the unenviable task of culling, and I hate that job. These two sad-looking specimens are indigo rose. I'm going to fill this up, get some transplanted, and try and be ruthless. Let's start with the sun gold. I think I'm just going to do 4 sun gold because I do have sun gold select as well, which I want to compare them with. First culling. I'm actually throwing any spares under here because this is going to be used for growing the tomatoes in, so it's turning into a little compost heap. Of course, one of the things at this time of the year is running out of trays, and these onions are well on the way to being ready to be in the ground. A couple of these onions have rotted away outside, so I have got spares that can replace them. So the rest I'm going to put into individual small pots. As you can see, we've lost a couple here. Gosh, it is still very wet. There we go, 2 replacements. The rest of the onions, as you can see, are doing really well. The shallots have got lovely heads on them. My mum came and helped me clear out this area, ready for replanting. Just a quick update on the pak choi. They've gone absolutely bonkers because it's been sunny and I've been remembering to water them for a change. One of the things that I need to move on are these Ami, because there's like 5 or 6 in each cell here, and these yarrow. I've never had success with Ami before, so I am really pleased to see all of these, which means I'll probably end up saving way more than I actually need. The beautiful breeze coming in. This was by far the hardest cull that I've had to do. I'm going to do half Burpee's golden beetroot and half bold tardy. I am going to multi-sow. Nice new packets from DT Brown. Today we're going to do a little experiment. I'm taking one of each of the divas, aubergine, cucumber, loofah and chilies, and I'm going to put them in my mini greenhouse with the heater that I set up a while ago. Wish me luck, because the nighttime temperatures are still not that warm. When you open the zip, there's a real blast of heat coming out of here. Hopefully they'll like it in there. It's nice and light and protected from drafts. So I went to the garden centre for compost, and this is the trolley that I came back with. As you can see, a few extra items may have just jumped in as I was walking by. What those extra items were 3 packets of seeds. Yes, I did buy more seeds. Nasturtium, chives, because I have a real problem growing them for some reason, and Miscanthus sinensis. But when I got home, I did wonder, have I already got that in my seed tin? I don't know. But Also, what may have just popped into my trolley was this beautiful iris that I coveted about 4 videos ago. I thought if it wasn't there, then, you know, fate had its day, but it was, so I bought 3 of them. And I also bought that yellow-leaved jasmine that I was also coveting. Over by the top of the orchard, there is a gap in the hedge, and I'm going to put the jasmine, which is evergreen. I'm going to put a clematis montana and a honeysuckle. That area is visible from the patio, so I want to fill that fence panel, and it will grow off into the hawthorn hedge, so it's going to look amazing. Okay, another day draws to a close. I'll see you tomorrow. Morning everyone. Another glorious day. I've come out to do gardening, obviously. Check on my cold frame. It looks like there's a snail in there, doesn't it? Yeah, we had a very light frost last night and the night before. Let's just unhook this one, see how this is getting on. Are you checking out the cold frame? Would you like to see what's in this one? Nosy Nora. Do they look okay still, Bon? Okay, we can leave them propped open. It's supposed to be fairly warm today. Isn't that fabulous? Little update, the aubergines and things are looking okay. What's this one at the front? Marketmore cucumber. That one is looking a little bit floppy. It does feel a little bit dry. I did just put some fungus gnat stuff in the top. So I'll give it a water, see if it picks up. This is the elephant garlic, something I haven't grown before. The garlic is doing very well too. I am loving my new Hori Hori knife that they got me for Christmas. Weeding is definitely not my favourite job in the garden. Actually, my favourite all-time job has to be planting or sowing seeds. What's your favourite job? Let me know in the comments. I can hear a lawnmower. Doug is currently trying to get the lawnmower working. I don't know if that's ours or the neighbours. Yay! It is our lawnmower. I will get this shifted because I really want this bit mown first so that we can start this area, which is obviously our kitchen garden. What can I do for you two? Are you waiting for your chews, are you? While Dad's doing the lawn mowing? Okay. I am so relieved that that's working because the grass was getting really, really long. During my recent trip to the DIY store, I found these and I thought they were going to be a bargain. So let's see. These are for the water trough outside. I did mention a fair few videos ago that I was intending to make one of them into a little pond. So as you can see, these are £10 and it includes the basket, the plant, the gravel and everything. They won't look much to start with. I suspect they're just going to be a bare root. I'm just going to lay these in some water. They are still moist. The plastic has kept them moist, but obviously there's a few rotten leaves. Yeah, I can't say as I'm enamoured of the polystyrene and fabric bits. It's not going to float for very long because iris generally have really strong roots that will puncture this in an instant. This grass that came in the other basket, the floating basket, I have a pot of in my little greenhouse. I'm just going to go and get that. It's well and truly rooted anyway. I am going to plant them up, and if they fail I will just buy some more pond plants, and at least I've got the basket. So this doesn't look too bad, I'd say. It's got a fairly decent sized piece of tuber and there are some green shoots. Okay, so that is a water lily, which is supposed to look like this eventually. Got a bit of love going on down here. We need all the ladybirds we can get. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is, or was, a duck pond. It's in need of some TLC. I'm going to steal this because it is water mint. This is a regular water iris, which has burst its pot. Iris can be a bit of a thug. Hello, little water beetle. There is some larvae of some description here, though. Look on the rock. All sorts of weird and wonderful plants here, but they look a bit too vigorous for a little water trough. Oh, big bubble just coming up there from somebody. Okay, I'll get this back down to the trough and we'll get planting. This one little pot has brought all sorts of wriggly creatures and eggs and larvae. So I'm going to pop that straight in and it can set off my own ecosystem in the pond. Why are the pots always either too tall or too short? Now, I've just ventured into the falling down shed to try and find a slightly shorter pot to put in the water trough and discovered this. The makings of a nest. I suspect it might be a robin's nest. Oh, can I get my hand in this freezing cold water? Oh. The plastic one will probably just float away, to be honest. Let's see. I took it in the corner. You might have to put a cobble next to it. Gosh, that's cold. We have some fabulous snail jelly and some actual snails. Not sure what the orange things are. They look like seeds. But on the rock here, can you see that brown flat thing? That is a little leech, but not the kind that are dangerous to humans. So that's actually quite heavy now. Right, Bon, go on. I'm afraid your trip into the unknown is over. Okay. Now, I did scoop out all the dead leaves off the tree, but what I think I might do is add a little bit of gravel to the bottom to give critters places to hide. So I'll go and wash some gravel. I think I will go and make myself a coffee, and hopefully by the time I've done that, this will have settled enough for me to see where I'm placing the boulders. Right, unfortunately, the coffee is drunk, so I can put this off no longer. I need to get wet. Okay, it hasn't cleared very much, has it? I've got to get my hands in. There's just no getting out of it, right? There we go. Bitterly cold. I might go and get some rubber gloves. Actually, it's already stinging. Gonna put the one that's covered in the snail jelly on top of that. There's going to be a lot of fiddling about, I think. Okay, we have some more rocks, and I've also bought this rather large stick. I bought some smaller ones as well, so that bees and things can sit on the top and drink around the edges. That looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, obviously it's not very dramatic at the moment, but it will grow, and I'm sure it'll look fabulous in just a month's time.
Now I just need to see a bee or a bird take a drink and I will be super happy.